Vandekrsna Foundation presents Yogi Protoplasm, disciple of Ramana Maharshi and Yogi Rama.
So today we are going to the functional aspect. Yesterday we studied something about the structural features of the physical body, that is Annamaya Kosha. Now we have not completed it, we will do whatever events are there. We have to, this is the practical side, we have to meditate on the skeleton. And you see the skeleton has got many mechanical engineering principles. And who made this? Somebody having mechanical engineering knowledge should have made it. And the skeletons have been there since crores of years, whereas the scientists who have studied it and given a detailed description of the same, well, they came only in recent times. 2000 years maximum their life cycle. Whereas the skeleton has been in existence since crores of years. Not only this skeleton of human beings, but you see there are so many kinds of species, animal and plant. And each one of them has got a skeleton of a distinctly different type. And different mechanisms are there. And they are also very ancient compared to the human species. Now the question is, who made all these skeletons? Whoever it might be, he should have, he or she or it should have enormous amount of mechanical engineering knowledge. Is it not so? And so we have to examine this, your own skeleton, and see all the parts, you can touch and feel them, the joints, etc. and have a clear impression of this in your mind. And you can very easily see that this skeleton, which is inert, how can it speak, how can it walk, talk and sit and all that? That means it is being manipulated by some intelligent power. And they call this the Chaitanya Shakti or the Atma Shakti. And who are you? Are you the skeleton or the Chaitanya Shakti? Evidently you cannot be the skeleton covered by skin and muscle. You are that Chaitanya Shakti. So you have to remind yourself about that fact. You must reject the idea that you are the body, that is the skeleton covered by muscle and skin. And on the other hand, strengthen the idea that you are the Chaitanya Shakti, the intelligent power that is guiding and manipulating this skeleton. So that is the purpose of that meditation. So we add that also to the list of types of meditations we do. And then regarding the physical body, that is the Annamaya Kosha, you have seen that it is made up of billions of cells in the adult body. And the scientists have discovered that in each cell there is what is called a nucleus. And in the nucleus there are a definite number of chromosomes. And on each chromosome you find several genes are located. These genes, Jan, it is derived from the word Jan. Jan means to produce. Now, they produce the various organs in our body, they are responsible. It is written down in these genes as to what type of nose you should have, what type of eye you should have, black eyes, blue eyes, and grey eyes, and so on we have. And also what type of body you should have, and gait, the throat, the voice, all these things are written down, it seems, in the genetic code language.
ढंग से नहीं चलता,
कभी चलता है कभी नहीं। तो अभी तो तुम 3:30 बजे आओ, ठीक है, अभी क्लास चल रही है।
So the cells, each cell has got the nucleus, and in the nucleus there will be definite number of chromosomes. Their number will be dependent on the species in which the cells are occurring. In case of human beings, there are 46 chromosomes. Of these, 23 are derived from the father, 23 from the mother. And on these chromosomes, there are what are called genes, and the genes in the case of human being are about 30,000. So 30,000 genes are there in the human nucleus. And in these genes, every detail about the body is written, including the molecules that are going to be manufactured in this body. It's a chemical factory, the body. And hormones, enzymes, proteins, and so many things are manufactured. Antibiotics are also manufactured here. And now when you take that also into consideration, the question again becomes very baffling. Who is having all that enormous knowledge? It requires a lot of biochemical knowledge to synthesize those molecules. And in the right place. For example, nose is open, bacteria can enter, and there you got antibiotics. If any bacteria enters, immediately it will be destroyed. So also the mouth, so the ear, eyes, everywhere you find molecules which are protecting you. And who is designing all these things? Who knows that there would be bacteria in future, and the bacteria would attack harmful bacteria, and protection is necessary for the body's limbs and so on. So the mysterious power is evidently mysterious and intelligent, highly knowledged, so much of mechanical engineering, biochemical knowledge, and so on and so forth. So all these things will easily make us understand that there is some mysterious, highly intelligent, with enormous knowledge is there in this body operating the various aspects of the body structure and function. And these genes have been written down. It's a 4-letter language, ATGC they call it, and their arrangement in various ways leads to meaningful words. And you have information about the various structural and functional aspects of the body in those genes. And then the more recent developments, such as cloning, has revealed that you can take any one cell and develop the entire organism. Cloning they are talking about. And they are already cloned various types of animals and plants and birds also. For example, this is a cloned horse done in Italy. See the baby horse here? It is from a single cell. It has got mummy but not daddy. Single cell from the mummy's body. Now here is a champion horse. It is a race horse. And since they are race horse, they got some special characteristics developed by breeding. And now they have taken a single cell, and which has got some of the hereditary traits, and this baby horse is developed like that. This is done in America. They have also done a bull. Now it's saying this is a see, very beautiful. And the bull was prepared, the baby was prepared from the skin of a bull. It is a Brahman bull, it seems. Bull is from India. And the owner of that bull thought that it is about to die. And so he went to the Texas University and requested the scientists there whether they can produce. I love this bull, I want a similar bull. Can you prepare it? They said we will try, and this is the product. Only daddy, no mummy here in this case. And here are many cattle. All of them have got a white spot on the head. And they're all formed by cloning. So you find that the individual cells in this body, because all the information regarding the body, structural as well as functional information, is written down in a written form in the nucleus of the cell. Now, if this were to be true, that means each individual is not single, but billions of individuals. There is what is called a hologram picture. If you want to take a picture of this, say this timepiece, they will send laser rays and another set of rays over the first set, and then they take a photograph of that. And then they get a picture where every part of it will show the entire picture. That is, suppose you make it half, it should only half picture. But no, in this picture, holographic picture, the entire picture will be there in the half. And if you make it further divisions and take the smallest part of it, that will also have the entire picture. Now, the body seems to be something like that. The smallest unit is the cell. There are billions of cells in the body. And each cell is capable of producing another organism like this, entire organism. That is what they do in cloning. So it is something like a hologram. The body of not only human beings, all living species. So what a wonder it is, extraordinary wonder. Who made this holographic body? What ingenious intelligence and knowledge you should have. Whoever has conceived this particular holographic body. We are talking about only human body. But remember, the same thing is possible in almost every species. There are thousands of species, birds, animals, insects, even bacteria, smallest. And then there are the huge animals like the elephant, whale, etc. All of them are made up of cells. And the same thing. That is, so many cells, and each cell can produce that organism entire. Now it seems there is a internet projection on holographic universe. Now please try to see that. It seems it is very, very big series, 4 series. It takes 7 to 8 hours to see all the series. Evidently the whole universe, starting from the galaxies to the atoms, they are all designed in such a way that they are like the holographic principle. So imagine that the whole universe, living and non-living, all of them structured like this holographic picture. Each many, each individual. This is literally, physically possible. That is what they are saying, and scientists, modern scientists, Western scientists have succeeded in producing at least some cloned bodies. And now cultivation is done by giving in test tubes the tissue grown by single cell, and it can lead to entire crop. And what is the advantage? The advantage is you can get a plant which is disease free. If you plant seeds, in the seeds there is a possibility of diseases being inherited. But in this case, the pure single cell comes to single tissue, so will have no hereditary or otherwise other diseases. And the crops will be, to start with, free from diseases. So also cattle. Now in some countries it is the cattle is raised for meat and they export it and so on. So they can produce a large number of animals for meat, having desirable qualities of meat and so on. So anyway, leaving alone the commercial aspect of it, purely from the spiritual point of view, is a great wonder. So Atma becoming many, many Jivatmas, And I generally give that example of the ocean and the waves. The ocean, enormous ocean is there, and so many waves, big, small, cyclone, tsunami, and so on. But if you examine each wave, whether it is big or small, it is only salt water. And what is the ocean? That is also salt water. And similarly, in the spiritual parlance, everyone, every Jivatma or the Chaitanya Shakti, intelligent power that is operating the body, is like the wave in the ocean of Satchidananda. See, the nature of this enormous power called Satchidananda Parabrahman is Sat, Chit and Ananda, existence, awareness and bliss. And the individual soul or the individual I am is also of the same nature, existence, awareness and bliss. Only it is a limited awareness, whereas that is unlimited awareness, Satchidananda Parabrahman. So that is the discovery of the ancient rishis. And now they say that it can be realized personally, individually, by everyone, because it is there already. Everyone says, I am. And if you analyze, as we did yesterday and day before yesterday, you find that it is nothing but Sat, Chit and Ananda. Anyway, for your benefit, I will once again, repeat that Atma Parishodhana or Atma Vichara. That is necessary for arriving at the true nature of this particular I am. Now, there are 4 traits in each body. It has got a name, it has got a form. Name and form. That is visible, cognizable whenever light falls on it. But then there are 2 more traits there. Each object exists and I am aware of its existence. This timepiece exists and I am aware of it. That is, existence and awareness is there. And this is what they call in Sanskrit Sat and Chit. Sat means existence, Chit means awareness. And so also all the other objects. Take this Dhammarak, it exists and we are aware of its existence. And we have a name and a form. Suppose there are 100 objects here. Every one of them has got a name and a form, but in addition, 2 other traits are invisibly present. It exists and you are aware of its existence. And then you raise the question whether there are so many existences and awarenesses. There is no such word in English. The plural is not there. It is singular, it is awareness. And the light is falling on these various objects, so we recognize them. Are there so many lights here? Only one light is there spreading everywhere and it reveals all the objects present. So also the Sat and Chit is single and spread all over here. And because it is present, you find various organs. You are able to recognize the existence and awareness of the objects. Now examine the body. There are different organs, the hands, legs, feet, etc. And each one has got a separate name and a form. 5 fingers, each is called little finger, this finger, and thumb and so on. Separate names and forms. And they exist, I am aware of their existence. It's also here. So the Sat and Chit seems to be spreading all over the body, inside, outside, revealing the various organs here. Then we again examine the thoughts in the mind. Each thought has got a form and a name. Your friend appears in the mind. How do you know? His form has appeared. At the mental level, you recall his name and also it exists and you are aware of its existence. So Sat and Chit is not only spread all over here, all over the body, inside, outside, it is there in the mind also, associated with every thought that arises there. And finally, we arrive at the I am. What is this I am? You see that it has no particular form. Everyone says I am. And the particular body in which it occurs, well, those characters are superimposed on that particular I am. By itself, I am has no particular form or name. But it has got these two other characteristics. It exists and it is aware of its own existence. That's why everyone says, I am. How does he know? He knows, that's all. That's what he says. This characteristic, existence and awareness, is self-luminous. That is how it is. This Atma and Paramatma are described in the Shastras. And the yogis and rishis who personally experience it, they also mention this particular trait. It is self-luminous. It doesn't require an outside agency to make it reveal. It reveals itself. And you find that right here in this I am. I am is existing, is aware of itself, and it is self-luminous, that is self-conscious. It knows I exist, I am aware of my existence.